But I was for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama a mountain stage. Now, President John Dramani Mahama can send be the chile we are leaders, especially America, Israel, Iran, and Russia, and these kind of countries. President can say we know unya ensemble. Pacho yenti ensemble. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Ekaye.
To conclude, let me put the Gavi replenishment in context. Gavi is seeking to spend $9 billion over the next 5 years from 2026 to 2030. And that is to immunize 500 million children across the world. These children's life will be safe to grow up to become the scientists, engineers, nurses, teachers, and doctors of tomorrow. This morning while I was lying in bed, I did the research. And I realized that one B-2 Spirit bomber that dropped bombs on Iran recently cost $2.13 billion. If you work the math, what Gavi is seeking is the value of 4 of those B-2 bombers. Surely the world can afford the value of 4 B-2 bombers to save 500 million children. It's a choice we have to make. It's a choice we have to make between taking lives and saving lives. And I'm sure that we will save lives instead of taking lives. And so, on behalf of the children of Ghana, I say thank you to Gavi. I say thank you to all who have pledged today. Thank you very much. God bless you.
All right, so His Excellency John Dramani Mahama catch the real leader say B2 bombers and sika. Yede to yede kunipa na adan ye use say sika no emfa save lives. And mabunu enkwala nketwa a ye ku omo ene no ankasa sika na yede top bombs we no ye betimi dey improve upon their lives. Na e china omo mo be scientist e de nemapa abawiase. You know how good and brilliant leaders speak. Your leaders and your leaders. Your leader be wa okasa abrofo nyina timi bo monsem. And this is open amode no. Anytime I listen to the President John Dramani Mahama speaking, I think I foresee the man is speaking wisdom, sense. Kenyans asem. Actually, we as leaders, because we cannot afford to be killing our own. We cannot be killing human beings, all because we want natural resources, or we are fighting for things that we don't even need on this earth. If we are saying Biden about pay, and the president instead say to toss our bombs, I can see it. Neither quite fighter jets, I can see it. And I say for no, or say add then the uses our resources or no. And for develop we are say, and for what we need. Nanipa hon entono. Because always a particular plain way that way nipa does any edisika twitwi di akwaye se odi be kuni nua it doesn't make sense but sana we are not turning to because instead of building human being we seem to be building the machines that will destroy human being. That is the message that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama actually we as men say there be plain way na makwakote anamuye or somebody is ordering this particular plane no. Adwuma plane way security me ye no se ye ka e betime save a lot of lives enti mesremo mamo maye nku nipa kwa. But sometimes we need to think because amamu no we elect people to come and govern us, not to come and kill us. And he said, when you become a leader, to say Trump or nothing, as if you only come, the only idea you have is to go and kill people. That then it doesn't make sense. Then there's no point in even electing you to come and govern the people because we are so we need to build a better place. But one major problem we are seeing when they say Ntokwa Enchada. And I also advise the president as a nation, we also need to think. Because Israel, Ghana fulfill Ghana ko Israel ko bompa no, and a plane bombs akese. Iran on yan kremo for ye no Muslimi for ekwa mo homo ko bompa o Mecca no, omo so ye bombs akese. We as a country the dey empire ne yebo. Let's assume say Ghana, your resources na no. We cannot even have fuel for 3 months in the country and power electricity. So we all need to also think, Mr. President, we need to think that the next generation will come out with something different, not trying to do the same thing. I know, advice and all them, it's good for the world, it's good for the nipe we are saying. But you also have to know, say, human being naturally and reasonable. And we as a country also, we also need to do things to defend ourselves. Mr. President, we also need to develop things like this because left and right. So we better share so defend it. We also need to be thinking like that. Because Iran, Iran, bomb no more. Israel is created for bomb no more. What are we doing as African countries? We also need to think. We need to reason. And that is the message of President Edemaya. But this is my take on it. President, why are there? Because your speech is very good. But we as African, the continent we call African, we also need to rethink. We also need to do things differently than what our predecessors did. How are we going to develop ourselves or defend ourselves? And since you could depend on America, on Russia, or whoever, we need to strategize and rethink as a society. African and Yankwalagoro. What are we doing as a continent? That is the message. Also, Mr. President. But you can't now they're not so can. Senebeya a bit me aboa. Ama mabunu so mobile, Mr. President, you are advocating for them. No, they wouldn't also be thinking that Bible is the solution to solve people's problem. But rather, no, we should implement practicabilities and do things in our society. Enti media